Hello, what's going on, everybody? This is Torments, and today I'm bringing you guys another episode of Let's Talk About The Walking Dead. Now, this episode is going to be a lot different from my previous episodes. Usually, I kind of talk about what goes on in the episode, but this time, I think I'm going to talk about a little bit about the video game, and I'm just going to touch up on the episode because the video game is what I really want to talk about today. And I can't really think of a lot of things to talk about the episode. I mean, it was pretty straightforward. You just had the girl, she cut her wrist. The other lady, she left her alone to give her a chance, and now she can't come back on the farm. So I mean, that'll be interesting to see what happens with all that. See if everyone tries to like talk her into letting her back on the farm and stuff. But I don't know. We'll see. Um, Rick and Shane was like, Shane thought he was like pretty much dead, and Rick left him. But he saw those little zombies officers and was like, nah, I gotta go save my mans. But even though Shane's like trying to take his wife or whatever, so we'll see what happens. They actually fought it out. Um. But I kind of want to make sure I have enough time to talk about the video game because that's what the main focus is. So, but it was overall a great episode. Not too much talking, and a lot of action. So, um, I was watching it with a couple of friends, and one of my friends was like, "All right," because they just kept switching back between the girls talking and the intense zombie scene with the zombies coming out of the school or whatever it was, and my friend was like, God damn it, we don't care about these goddamn bitches talking. And it was funny. But anyways, so the Walking Dead video game, they just released a lot more information about it. They actually released a few screenshots. Will be at the end of the commentary. And guys, if you're watching this to learn something about the Walking Dead video game, please don't dislike because of the gameplay. This is Alan Wake's American Nightmare. It's like a arcade mode, a horde mode, whatever you want to call it. I had to survive for 10 minutes, but since I didn't want to talk for 10 minutes, I just cut the beginning part of the early easy rounds out, and you just guys get to see when it gets kind of intense. So if you guys want to check out some more gameplay of this, I'm doing an actual walkthrough on it on my channel. I'll leave a playlist, link to the playlist in the description, and you can go ahead and check out my channel if you want, if you're not already subscribed to me. So, the Walking Dead video game. Okay, a few things that they released. It's not like there was a video uploaded about The Playing Dead, which is actually a show that Telltale Games produces, where people ask questions about The Walking Dead and they'll answer them, as long as they don't like really reveal too much about the game. These things are freaking deep right now. But the game is actually based on the comic, and it's not going to be based on the TV show because a lot of differences are between the comic and the TV show. Like I heard once about the comic, that Shane has been supposed to be dead in season 1, like Rick kills him in season 1. So that's a huge change. So the show really isn't like the comic at all. It's just, I mean, it's similar, but they've changed a lot of things. So it'll be more like the comic. The game will actually take place while Rick is in the coma, like while he was in the hospital. It takes place right after the apocalypse starts, and you just experience a lot of people around Rick. Well, while he was in the coma, that means you'll get to see Herschel. You'll get to like they said there will be like a level with Herschel's farm, so you'll see what goes on there before Rick and them shows up. You get to see Glenn. Glenn is actually in one of the screenshots at the end, so I'll point him out. And you just kind of, there are characters from the TV show in it, but it's kind of before they met Rick, and Rick met up with his family, and before he got out of the coma. So you're gonna play as a black guy, an actual black guy who goes to jail. I mean, that's kind of questionable, but a black guy who he's committed some sort of crime. They didn't really say. He goes to jail, and then he gets in a car crash. This is how the game starts off, and he gets in a car crash because of the zombie apocalypse. And I don't know what happens to the officers, but they're not around. And you start the game trying to get out of this cop car, and I think you're in handcuffs. So it's kind of like a puzzle in the beginning. I don't know the exact details on it, but I read up on that, and you'll play as Lee Everett. If I didn't say that, he's a black guy, and you meet up with this little girl named Clementine, and pretty much Clementine. It's gonna be like a choicey game. Your choices will affect the game, so you can actually like replay it a couple times and see like the different effects of if you save someone's life or if you don't save someone's life. And of course, if you save someone's life, then that will ultimately affect future episodes with these guys are deep as hell right now, but it'll affect future episodes because they'll still be there since you saved their life. So it's really gonna be interesting how they did that. They did completely well. Telltale Games recently they also made Jurassic Park, and Jurassic Park was kind of a horrible game because it was fully made of QTEs. If you don't know what QTEs are, it's actually like you don't control your character at all. You just it's kind of like a movie, but then you press the buttons that come up on the screen to survive or make your characters do certain things to help them to survive. So I'm trying to talk fast because we're running out of time here. But so the QTEs are they're not completely out. They just said the game does not completely revolve around QTEs. If you guys wanted to know that, you do have full control over your character, but I think they'll still put in some QTEs where, like, if a zombie comes, then you'll have to press A X or something to close the door. So I did survive this time. Made it to the morning time. If you guys don't want to know more about this game, make sure you guys check out the playlist. But comic book graphics, choices will carry month to month, and two. The thing that I don't like about this is these are the screenshots here as we go on right here. So as you can see, here's Glenn right here, and you're holding off the zombies that were behind the door, trying to close the door. That's some. So it's gonna have comic book graphics. The choices will carry out each episode, which I didn't like is that they're not gonna release a full game. It's gonna be episodes, and they said it's gonna be around five or six episodes, and the episodes are gonna be 2 hours apiece. And I don't know, you might have to just pay like 1,600 or 1,200, and then you get the rest of the episodes for free. I don't know how they're gonna do it if every episode's like 400 to 200 points. I don't know how they're gonna do all that, but the choices will carry throughout each episode through each month. So obviously, like I said, if you save someone's life, then they'll be there in the future. And yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. 2 hours episode. And if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comment section. If I'll do my best to try and